Good morning, St. Mark family and friends. On behalf of Pastor P, we want to welcome you to our worship experience. We are so glad that you joined us today. We hope that as you worship with us on today, something is said or done that will impact and enrich your life. Today, we celebrate the 130th church anniversary of the St. Mark Baptist Church family. The testimony of this ministry runs deep because of the faith of our foreparents and the awesome keeping power of God. Our history is rich, and we are blessed and favored by God to serve this community in the heart of the city. We are also celebrating Pastor P's 30-20-10, 30 years preaching the gospel, 20 years in pastoral ministry, and 10 years pastor and people with St. Mark. God has blessed our fellowship in so many ways. Under the leadership of Pastor P, we are stronger than ever as a ministry. Throughout our journey of faith, God continues to bless us, provide for us, and use us for His glory in countless ways. Here are just a few. Our journey as pastor and people began with a look at who we are and what our potential could be. We rebranded with the new mantra, "You grow here," and made great renovations to our sanctuary and media suite with a more modern design and updated technology. We continue to upgrade and maintain our campus facilities to meet the needs of our growing church family and this community. Our next major project was to build a space for our youth and those in the community. The 50,000 square foot Children and Youth Center opened in 2016 and became home to our St. Mark Youth Ministries and so much more. Our church has always been family oriented, evidenced by the longevity of some of our members and their deep roots in the church. Here are those who have been with us for more than 50 years. Myrtle Ann Harris, Betty Mae Ellis, Doris Robinson Gardner, Ada Fuller, Mary L. Jones, Chris Bennett, Mabel Martin, Glenda Woods, Ida Dokes Bowles, Verlon Jeffries, Georgia Hudson, Thomas Hudson, Joyce Ann Haney, Carrie Johnson, Donald Johnson, Deborah Mothershed, Valerie Pruitt, Deborah Tremell Gardner, Betty Humphrey, Donna Collins Eagle, Brenda F. Brooks, Karen D. Brooks, Eleanor Davis, Coy Davis, Georgia L. Wiley, Lucille Robinson, and Lloyd Dawson. Let's celebrate them. We took an even greater personal approach to the growth of our members and families by adding our pastor of congregational care, children's pastor, student pastor, connections pastor, and online campus pastor in just the last 10 years. As technology grew, so did the ways we communicate with our congregation. We implemented text links, our very own church app, and we revamped our website. We developed our small groups ministry, our growth groups, realizing that growing in community is more effective than just listening in the pews. We brought back Vacation Bible School, focusing on the importance of introducing youth ages 4 through 14 to Christ. We've been blessed to celebrate new life in Christ with more than 571 who publicly proclaimed their faith through special baptism services just in the past 10 years. Faced with challenges of a global pandemic, we put the health and the safety of our family first. Navigating the COVID pandemic over the last 2 years, we've come through financially stronger than before and with a deeper commitment to growing in relationship with God and with each other. We've increased our digital reach through our Growth Factor online campus experience. We've also tripled our online audience on Facebook, YouTube, and live.smark.org. And we were even able to keep our seniors connected during the pandemic with a call-in number to access weekly sermon phone calls. Our Sunday School, Money Matters, School of Ministry, Steps to Growth, and other great learning opportunities continue to provide ways to grow spiritually and practically for our members and the community. These focused learning programs have reached more than 2,000 over the last 10 years. Because a church cannot call itself spiritual if it is not also social, we galvanize hundreds to get fired up for change through voter registration drives and Plus One to the Polls initiatives. We made a commitment to drive people to the polls when they needed a ride, and we organized a caravan to vote. We hosted candidate forums and other community events to engage the community and build the communication gap for social justice reform. We engaged civic leaders for one-on-one discussions to bring awareness to major events and systemic issues that need reform throughout our political, legislative, and economic systems. We created Black History Month series annually to deeper inform our congregation of the rich history of our culture and religious beginnings. We launched the Growth Factor podcast to reach a wider audience with the basic history of the church and clear, concise messages that all point back to the story of the Bible and the story of Jesus. Through our Raven by the Brook ministry and our Feast of Hope, we have fed more than 5,000 families with more than 20,000 cases of food over the past 10 years. We've lent support to organizations like Arkansas Food Bank, Clinton Foundation, the CADC, and so many more to be a bridge in the community to access basic needs and essentials. We partnered with sister churches for One Church, a multi-church FedEx hiring event, disaster cleanup and support efforts for churches and communities in Arkansas and surrounding states, and so much more. One of our biggest initiatives was birthed in the form of the Tendaji Community Development Corporation, which celebrated its 5th year anniversary last weekend. Tendaji's educational team has served more than 700 youth and their families through after-school programming, summer camp, and the Reclaiming Scholars Initiative. We established the Power to Get Wealth Job Fair, the largest job fair of its kind on a Sunday, serving more than 3,500 job seekers and hosting more than 80 different employers over the past 4 years. And to address the health disparities in our community, we expanded our health initiatives. We utilize our parking lots for drive-through COVID testing in partnership with Arkansas Department of Health. We partnered with local pharmacies to serve as a host site for several vaccine clinics during the pandemic, which served more than 2,400 people. We helped our seniors get scheduled to receive the vaccine during the rollout phases. We continue to host several flu shot clinics for the community, and we've partnered with community health organizations for various health fairs. Our back-to-school efforts grew to not only include free vaccines for school students, but school supplies, uniform giveaways, and supplies for teachers' classrooms. We even made it a priority to appreciate our local educators with gifts to say thank you for all they pour into our youth. And the growth we have seen in your generosity is nothing short of incredible. This year, we surpassed the $1 million mark in scholarships, with more than 70,000 awarded in just 2022. Over the last 10 years, our annual giving has grown from $3.96 million to $5.69 million, an increase of $1.73 million. The vision of the Restoration Project, which started during the pandemic, was to help families and small businesses find a bridge during tough times through grants made possible by tithing from the tithe. Pastor P has some great news to share in just a few moments. This God-ordained partnership continues to be a beacon of hope in our community and our church family. And that's just in the last 10 years. God has blessed us tremendously in our 130 years, and the best is truly yet to come. So let's keep growing in learning, serving, and giving together. To God be the glory.